that's just what you have to worry about when you have nice stuff growing around your house. That deer need to eat too. They're going to go after whatever is easiest to get to. Not much you can do about that. We try to put deer repellent around our azalea bushes and tried many other home recipes for cutting down on that. I guess one thing we tried a lot of is cayenne pepper and getting that around those areas, and the deer don't particularly like that. So, but it gets to be kind of costly to try to protect the azalea bushes, and we have about 8 or 9 of them out there, and that's a lot of cayenne pepper that you need to try to discourage the deer from eating those things. But, well, how can I say? Those are the perils that you live with when you're in a suburban area or a rural area, and you care about the shrubbery and stuff that you planted. Everybody complains about it. Nobody has a good solution for protecting it. You can't even fence it off. The deer are pretty good at jumping over fences. And they can get to them. If they're hungry and they see a source of food, they're going to get to it. So enough of that. What else do I have to talk about? I don't have a great deal. I think it's getting pretty close to the time to say 73. And we've been on for almost an hour now. So maybe I'll give a preliminary 73, and I'll pass the baton back to I don't know. I thought I was sending it to Gary all the time, and maybe that's not where it's supposed to go. But I'll try that anyway, because it was handed to me from Gary, K9KBH. So I'll send it over to K9MMS. This is KN4JYY, back to you.
KN4JYY in the group, K9MMS, very good. Still a good copy all the way around. It looks like I have some things to reply to here based upon my notes. Jerry, I forgot to answer. You asked if I had continuous membership in the FRL. The answer is no. I joined in 59 and was pretty active in the club till about 68. When graduated from AC, and then started working full time. Although when I was at AC, it took me several years to get through, because I went 2 years, and I took 2 years off and worked full time, and then I went back but was working part time, going to school part time, kind of back and forth, and finally before the fall of '67 I said to my then boss, well, I gotta just finish school. So gave my resignation and just went back and full time to finish out that last year at AC, and went back to work for Homer in the lab. I had done that several years prior, so that worked out well. But But anyway, so then after about 68, I didn't go do much with the club. For quite a few years, actually. I would occasionally go to a meeting, but was pretty busy, like you guys as well, with young family, work, and I was taking additional studies, went out to Northern. I was also went through a certificate program at Harper College up in Palatine. I took master's courses out at Northern. Plus working in some pretty long work hours and one thing and another. So the FRL kind of ended up on the back seat for a number of years. Then I officially rejoined in '86, shortly after I got my extra class. I got my general right away in '58. 3 months after I got my novice, but then some years later I got the advance, and I think I missed came away with the advance. I took the extra, and I think I missed like 2 questions or something. And a number of years went by before I got back to that again, and finally got that done. Decided just gotta get this done. So anyway, since about 1986 to now, then I've maintained continuous membership in the club, and in 2010 they granted me life membership. The criteria being, I believe, 50 years a ham at least, and at least 10 years continuous membership in the club. So they decided to grant me that in, I think, 2010. Different subject, the snowblower and the storage and so forth. Yeah, I do the same thing, Jerry. I keep stable in the gas, and at the end of the season I run it dry, and then also pull the starter a few more times to make sure it's just all emptied out. And that has worked well for a number of years. Just last winter, though, it seemed like it was balking a bit, and that's why I was suspecting carburetor. But it was only, I think the kit was $20, so I got it in reserve here, but still, had followed that procedure, and it's working good. So, like you, hopefully it's good for the rest of the winter here. Another thing, you mentioned your dad's trailer field day. I don't recall that. That might have been one of the times when I was out. As I mentioned in one of my write-ups, history write-ups, that my association with the club has been kind of segmented, and I just went through some of that. And then the other thing I was going to mention, we had a mouse problem here. We haven't had that in quite a while. I noticed a couple of weeks ago, perhaps, I had a bar of Irish Spring soap on the laundry sink, and it looked like something had been chewing on it. And I thought, well, I don't think a mouse would chew on it, because we had used Irish Spring soap in the past as kind of a deer repellent from some of the hosta plants, because one of the places where the white spike plants, they put her onto that, they have Irish Spring bars speared on a stick and next to some of their hostas. And that had worked for us before, so I thought, well, wouldn't that work on mice? Apparently not. That bar was chewed up pretty bad, so I threw it in the garbage and got out a new bar from a multi-pack I got. Right away they were chewing on that one, so I thought, okay, maybe it is a mouse. So I put a mouse trap up on the one of the soap shelf on one side of the laundry sink, and that chewed on soap was on the other. Sure enough, next morning there was a mouse in the trap, and he had fallen in the sink. So I started setting more traps, and I think the next day I caught 2 more. One of them, I guess, was pretty brave, because I was sitting here in the radio room, and the trap was at the other end near the entrance. And working over here, I think at the computer, lights are on, I hear this click. I thought, close that trap. Sure enough, caught him out. Full light, me in the other end of the room. I guess he didn't care. I guess he wanted the peanut butter and the